I invite him up to my flat and we have sex.
Oh my God, Sarah!
What a
I did not think we
events.
were going there yet.
You know the drama is never ending. Don't let it get the best of you.
Happy 300 episodes!
We did! That is insane.
Wow. How many years is that? 6?
Well, there's 265 days in a year.
365 days in a year.
365 days.
52 weeks.
So we've almost been speaking for a whole year.
What, you could play us on a loop and it would take a whole year to get through?
No, because that would be like a million hours.
But let's say there's 50 weeks in a year.
52
That's 50
weeks.
episodes. So 300 is 6 years, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah?
Yeah. Is that right?
Almost 6 years
wow.
of the girls' bathroom.
Wow. We've got the balloons out today.
We've got our favourite. This is not sponsored, but it should be.
Yeah, let's do a
These
little
are our
taste
favourite.
test.
If you watch our YouTube vlogs, you will know about these. These are the Reemies banana bites. We had them at our Patreon party a couple weeks ago. And they're like mine and Cinzia's like favourite snack food.
Let's eat one.
Okay.
We've
I've got the milk chocolate flavour.
I've got the mixed
Audio
bag.
listeners, they are basically a tiny banana muffin. And you can get peanut butter, you can get dark chocolate, milk chocolate, blueberry.
Like, actually look at that.
And to kick things off, cheers. Happy 6 years.
Happy 6 years.
Cheers.
And they're so
so
moist.
moist.
I've never had more of a moist.
They've got like almost a moist
and like, look at the
glaze on them.
chocolate. You can just pop these like.
I'm popping it in one.
Oh my God.
Oh my
They're
God.
dangerous, I tell ya. Because once this bag is open,
Oh baby.
it's like
Pop, pop, pop.
pop them in.
And the date on them isn't too long, so you're forced to eat them quick. Makes it even worse.
Oh yeah.
Wow, they're so good. I mean, you can definitely make at home, but
Can you though? Not like
I couldn't make them
this.
as good
Like,
as
I
this.
couldn't make them like.
they are so
Although to be
good.
fair, my whole TikTok right now. Oh my God, I'm choking. You know, we don't swallow something right.
Yeah, take your time. So we've got banana bites, we've got balloons. We're just marking the
Do you remember
occasion.
at
It's important to
school-
mark the milestones.
Do you remember at primary school when like they'd serve those fucking hard fucking chips, and
and it'd be in your throat.
and then you'd like it would be stuck in your fucking
Because you'd be
throat.
eating them so quick and
then
they couldn't digest.
The glass of water you had was this big,
yeah.
and then you had no water left, and you'd like choking on what was that
Those
lady's name?
chips. Susie.
On Susie's chips.
Yeah.
It was hit or miss with those chips.
And then didn't she get arrested?
She got arrested, yeah.
Shit.
For stealing money from the kitchen.
And food, wasn't it?
Yeah, stealing from the fucking kitchen.
But she was
fund.
such a lovely
She
woman.
was lovely. I mean, and the food
I'm sure it was a misunderstanding
I'm sure she didn't mean to do any wrongdoing.
because she was a gem, wasn't she?
And obviously the turkey twizzlers. See, you don't remember turkey twizzlers
I don't remember
as they
those.
were.
I don't remember turkey twizzlers at all.
They were there. And I ate them.
I don't remember them.
Because she'd be like, oh, these make your hair curly. Like,
Yeah.
oh, but your hair's
Turkey
already
twizzlers make your hair
curly.
Yeah, I didn't have those.
Maybe you were like having your own sandwiches when
Maybe
they
I
were
was having a
out.
packed
Because then they
lunch.
did get banned. Jamie Oliver came and
Jamie was
banned
that.
them.
Of course
Yeah.
he did.
Because they were just full of shit.
Well, it's
Probably
happy
like
300.
guinea pig meat and
I mean,
stuff.
we did have a brainwave that, I mean, maybe we'll save it for the 500
they're so
episodes. But I do think
What, in 4 years?
mark my words, what we're going to do is we need to like
Yeah, we need
play
to.
and like live react
To-
to insert the audio to
very
the first girls' bathroom episode.
We have
because we
to.
were like 19, 20 giving that advice.
We probably thought we had it all fucking figured out.
We thought we had it
while
all
we were
figured
with our
out.
narcissistic boyfriends.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
With those twats back
So we
then.
don't know what we were chatting about.
But I'd be interested. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
I'd
me
like
too.
to think that we'll look back in 5 years and think, what the fuck were you talking about when you were
Well,
26? You
did
didn't know
we-
anything.
Yeah, did
That's
we
growth.
always have a question of the week?
Can't remember.
I
feel
can't
like we
remember.
did.
Did we?
I feel like we used to give people shout outs, Instagram shout outs.
Did we?
We always had our quotes.
Do we have Instagram shout out?
I mean, did we have? Because were Instagram stories a thing for question of the week?
Yeah, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Well, we wouldn't have had like a following to even ask the question of the week.
ask the question of the week.
Aww.
Oh, crazy.
Is that cute?
I mean, if you've been here since the beginning,
That's
wow.
insane. Because
Thank you for not getting sick of us.
Yeah, that's like a real commitment.
That's
to
a
the
commitment.
cause, you know, and the growth.
And the growth.
You know, and
Yeah.
the, you know, just like the
Pizzazz.
advice.
Yeah,
just
the
like,
law. And if you're also
The
brand new,
evolution.
welcome in. We're happy that you're
welcome
here too.
in. Well, if you're brand new, you've got bloody 6 years.
Yeah.
Worth. You've got 300 episodes to go
Start from the
binge.
beginning, work your way through.
And we've got 100 on Patreon as well. It's a
Yeah.
joke.
Lot to do.
There's like thousands of hours of us just
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah.
So happy 300 episodes,
Woo!
everybody. Grab a banana bite,
Picture we
grab
had
a cup of tea.
No, honestly, I fear you can
Get your
order
running
these
trainers
online
on,
as
whatever
well.
you girls do.
If you don't live like
Well, it does say,
London.
to be fair, handmade in London. So I'm not sure if you could get them elsewhere.
right, no,
Sorry.
make the trip then. But you can order
Put it
them
on your list.
You can order them online. That's what I'm saying.
But can you order them like to Knox online?
Oh,
Or is it just
you can-
London delivery?
well, you can. Oh, sorry, not sure.
Not sure.
I know you can add them to your basket, so maybe explore.
Yeah, maybe explore that. Right. Well, let's crack on with our question of the week.
Well, I'm sure. Why don't we invest?
I know, and take this up the scale.
And then, like, they
why
can-
doesn't the girls' bathroom invest?
Yeah, and then like we can expand.
yeah, and we can take it
because
worldwide.
I feel so passionate
we're,
about
We're
roomies.
we're very passionate people about
like
this.
we really are.
Yeah,
Like
we're big
everything, like even the shop, like it had like a big banana sign. Like that was just
It had
like,
pale yellow tiles. If that's not us, I don't know
like,
what
are you
is.
joking?
We should have picked up some merch because they have
pastel
pink merch.
next time. I'm gonna get the merch. We have to.
We'll go
represent.
back.
Right. Question of the
Okay,
week.
so a few weeks ago, we asked you guys what was on your notes app.
yes,
And then we thought, we
Yes.
should ask you guys what's on your boyfriend's. Have you ever found anything on your boyfriend's notes
Oh.
app? And that's what we're getting around to
do you know
today.
what I fear we're gonna hear? Pros and cons
Pros and
lists.
cons lists. Yeah, it's giving Ross Geller, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's just like, oh my god, now it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna make me feel sick.
So we have asked, what have you found in your man's notes app?
I mean, hopefully it's like beautiful things, like you know,
Hopefully
proposal
it's like all the
plan.
places he wants to take you and all the restaurants you need to
Yeah.
go to and yada, yada, yada,
Yeah.
yada, yada. But let's have a look. Oh,
No.
this is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
My food likes and dislikes.
Oh no, that is gorgeous.
Oh my God. My shoe size and my clothes size. Oh,
Not
this
the
is so
shoe
much nicer than I
size.
thought it was going to be. You guys.
Oh.
Well, listen to this. In an attempt to get me back, my ex invited me to a shared notes page because you can share notes, can't you? Confessing his love. Oh, it's like the modern day written letter.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Oh, we've got here a list of all the money I owed him. £3.16 mozzarella dippers. Safe to say he is no longer my man.
£3.
I mean, look, this is what we were expecting. Boys in our group rated all the girls in the group out of 10 on face, body, personality.
No.
Shag list that was
No, wait,
scored
we
out
need
of 10.
No, we need to sit with that.
I don't want to.
So that
Face, body, personality.
and that's like your that. So I'm picturing it's a friend group, 6 guys,
That's
6
a weird
girls. It's
friend
like we're
group.
just mates, and you're right.
That's not normal.
Sorry, what was it? Face, body, person.
Imagine seeing your own score. Oh, no.
That's stuff like
You
we
never
should never
unsee that.
consume.
You should never see that.
Never consume content of that sort about yourself.
No, never. Never.
Okay, the next one. What shag list?
Yeah.
Rating him
His
out of-
sex ratings of me and all the other girls
What do
he
you
slept
mean
with.
of me?
Oh, a list of how much debt he was in. Yikes. Okay, we're back to the wholesome stuff.
Okay,
a
good.
list of all my favorite things.
Oh,
My size in clothes and shoes.
oh.
One about me. It has my favorite color, etc. on it.
That's lovely.
Oh, this would break my heart.
Imagine you went stalking. One note was all these beautiful things about you, all your favorite things, and then the next note was like, yeah, the shag list, like rated out of 10, or like, you know.
No, even worse. Like, right, so you're at the top, right? You're scrolling down a bit. and
Lucy,
it's
and then like,
Lucy, favorite thing, favorite color, shoe size, Sheila, buy Lucy this.
Yeah, if you went down
Delete.
a 2019 notes of Susan's favourite.
And it's just all the exes. Shivers down the
No.
spine. This is a really nice one. My coffee order.
That's so nice.
Doesn't take a lot, does it? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, plans for a pirate ship that he wants to build in the future.
Wow.
Ahoy.
Big goals.
Ahoy.
Big goals.
A ranking of all the doctors in Doctor Who.
Oh.
Really wholesome, really
Do you know
sweet.
what? That I love a little nerdy little side quest like that. That's
nerdy
really
side
actually
quest.
attractive.
That really makes me very happy.
Yeah.
His $1 billion ideas. Hope it materializes.
Oh, he's you know what?
ambition.
Ambition goals,
Oh.
you know.
Funny things that his ex-girlfriend has said. Okay.
That's you see that for me is on par with like seeing like the old sex tape.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because what do you mean you laughed before meeting me?
What do you mean?
How dare
How
you?
dare you? That's so
Another
rude.
female made you laugh.
Yeah,
Are you
it's
fucking
disgusting.
joking
It's
me?
so disrespectful.
That is so disrespectful. That's mental.
How dare he?
How dare you laugh?
His recipe for pizza dough.
No.
I mean, we've just got a huge jokes, but we've now got girls' numbers, a list of girls' Instagrams, the list of
What
girls
do you
he
mean?
wants.
A list of girls' Instagrams?
Sorry,
What, but why?
sorry. The list of girls he wants to get with after me. What am I, a fucking roadblock? Jesus.
Is that what they're doing? Yeah. Is that what they're doing? Because
Yeah.
like when we're with you, like we
We're
don't
locked
see
in,
no one
and
else.
we're seeing
Like-
all your potential.
You're on that pedestal, and
Yes.
we think you're the God's greatest gift to the
Yes.
green earth, and you're
Yes.
already thinking about girls you want to sleep with after me. What
After.
do you mean after me? There shouldn't ever be an after me.
Music lyrics to a song about me.
Gorgeous.
really cute. It's
That's
giving Harry
beautiful.
Styles.
That's beautiful.
A ranking of all the park runs he's done. She's
Aw.
put, bless him.
Oh.
Oh, what he was getting his ex for her birthday. Yuck. The goodbye letter for his ex. His ex's nudes. Oh, but then listen to this. A list of all my important life events, like family birthdays, anniversaries, etc.
Oh, he's got all the dates
So he doesn't forget a poem about me. What?
This is really
to-do
turning up the
list.
lover girl in me.
Yeah, where he planned to propose.
Oh.
His list of things I've mentioned for gift ideas.
Oh. I mean, you can put a face lock on your notes app these days.
Can you?
And on specific notes, I'm sure it can be like, you can lock it with
Private.
a password.
Oh, that's quite powerful.
Yeah.
Don't let the boys know that. Baby names based on his favorite Pokemons.
Labubu. Baby Labubu. And we will call you Sonny.
All his passwords.
Aw.
A diss track about his ex. A what are we draft to his ex situationship. Yuck. Oh, I've got the ick all over again.
What do you mean, what are we draft?
How much money another girl
tell me-
owes him.
Oh.
Oh God! You know they're building us up and they're
I actually
tearing us
feel
down.
sick because I can only imagine like you've got that phone, you've got that moment and you're thinking, let's go in the notes app. And then this is the shit we're finding. Like,
Protein values of food.
oh, one egg white, 20 grams of
Oh,
protein.
That's really cute. Bless him.
Oh.
Bless him.
Cottage cheese, 30 grams of cottage cheese.
Premier League predictions.
Oh. But that's like us maybe like predicting like Tate McRae's set list.
Yeah,
You know, it's,
Harry Styles has come back.
yeah, or like Harry's outfit that night. It's like,
Yeah,
it's giving
it's
the same vibes. It's like
It's cute.
Crystal Palace 2.
Yeah.
Man
City
United
won.
1. Like, it's like the same because we're like Tate
It
McRae
is.
wearing blue.
White. Yeah. Sabrina's going to be in
red. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, Chelsea must win 3-0. Like, Cole Palmer score. Like, oh, it's really
bless him.
Let them have something.
Bless
you know,
them.
let them have something,
Bless
of
them.
course.
Right, should we do some dilemmas?
Yes.
We are starting this week with an update, which is one of mine and Cinzia's favourite things.
Absolutely.
And I'm just going to give everyone a brief overview.
Do you know what? Let's give someone a shout out right now.
Okay.
Just got text in. Mariana Baylis-Solo has said, I've just handed in my dissertation.
Oh, shout out!
Oh, bless
Everyone's
her.
celebrating today.
Like the baby of the family. And she's just been like this.
Working hard.
Working so hard
That
on
broken
whatever she, with a broken ankle. What is she even writing?
What is she
We don't
doing?
even know. She's just had to.
That's actually crazy because I feel like our whole
She's
childhood,
5 years old, babe.
I feel like our whole childhood and our whole like teenhood, that's even a word, like when we would be going out to the club, it would always be, God, can you imagine when Mariana's going to the club? Can you imagine when imagine how old we'll be when she's doing
when
that?
she's getting blackout drunk.
And now like we're at that, she's just finished uni or she's just handed a dissertation.
She's just finished uni. Let me say
What?
congrats.
She's supposed to be 12
That's it.
years
Like
old.
she's finished uni now. She's going to get a job. She's going to be a teacher.
Oh my God.
She's going to be Miss.
Life is going too
She's going to
quick,
be
Miss
Miss
Zullo.
Zullo.
Oh, they're going to love her. Miss Sulla, you're my favourite teacher.
I know.
Oh.
I should buy her something.
It's crazy, those younger siblings. And they're like, you're the age that I thought I was. So how old am I? How can you be 22 when I'm 19?
It's mental. Anyway.
Oh.
Right. Dilemma.
Right, so the update we have, we've got here.
Oh, yeah. We're doing the update. Yeah.
We've got here, Steve came back. Now, I'm going to refresh everyone's memory.
Refresh because I needed a refresh and I think I need a second refresh.
Okay, so I might have some details wrong, but it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
So we had the girl who had her ex situationship. She met this new guy, Steve, who was a doctor. And things were going quite well. Like she wasn't like blown away, but she did actually like him and yada, yada, yada.
Right.
They went to the club together.
Right.
And her ex situationship, Brian, was at the club. And I think she went over to him and like said hello and whatever.
Okay,
and she was like, Brian was looking really fit that night. And Steve was like, oh, like you chatting up your ex at the
Did
bar.
Steve go to the toilet?
Steve left without her, remember?
Yes.
Steve got in an Uber and shut the car
why
door in
did
her
she
face.
go and see Why
Because
did
he was looking fit.
what? She just walked.
And she's not
She
over
just left
him.
Steve's side.
Well, she just went to be like, oh, hi,
Hi.
like, I'm here too.
And then
in the
obviously
club.
Steve saw like, oh, this is more than friends.
Well, because we said like Steve takes no shit. Steve's a serious guy.
Steve's
a doctor.
Steve's got tits to fucking fill, you know, at 6 a.m. the next morning.
Yeah,
like
he's not
plastic
wasting no
surgeon.
time.
Right.
So then she slept with Brian that night. She went home with Brian because we were saying, I've been rejected and I'm drunk. I'm anyone's, remember?
Of course. Right. Yes, it's coming
So
back.
she went to sleep with Brian.
Yeah, Steve
woke
stormed
up.
out. What am I going to do?
Yeah,
What am I
woke
meant to
up,
do?
regretted it.
Yeah.
Realised that she actually just wanted Steve. So went to Steve's. I hope I'm getting this right.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
know
you
how I'm
are,
remembering
you
this.
are.
She went to Steve to like sort of apologise.
Steve went.
And Steve said, no, I'm done.
So we fumbled the doctor.
But Steve came back.
Oh, this is good news.
But is she going to tell him that she slept with Brian that
We
night?
have to hold that close to our hearts.
We have to die with that in the grave.
Like we've said,
Right.
Steve's a serious guy.
I need your help. I fucked up last week. Ex-boyfriend, new man dilemma. Right. Thanks for talking about my dilemma on the podcast. It made me reflect a lot. Update. Part 2. So to pick up from where I left off.
Right.
After I completely messed things up.
Side note, did Brian like the next day make a comment like it was some sort of twatty comment and she was like, oh, what a twat.
What have I done?
Yeah, sorry, keep going.
After I completely messed things up with Steve by running back to Brian.
Right.
I went no contact with Brian. We are done.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's been such a relief. No more toxic cycles, no more wondering if we tried to make it work again.
Yeah.
But then this past weekend, everything got even more complicated.
Oh God.
I've been living in this limbo, wondering if I'll ever get back to something healthy with Steve.
Okay.
Steve is the hot doctor, by the way. Yes, remember.
Yeah.
And here's where it gets wild.
Can the doctor see me
After
now?
over a month of no contact, Steve messaged me on Saturday night. Oh, what a feeling. Can the doctor see me now?
Can the doctor operate on me now?
I was like, what? He asked if I was out and what bar I was in.
Woo!
And I told
But
him.
also, Steve,
Yeah. You
Like,
put a little sexy pic on your story.
what am I, like a-
Steve's taking the bait.
I'm not just a booty call,
Mission
Steve.
accomplished.
I'm a serious woman too.
And I told him, not thinking anything of it. And I didn't even think he'd show up. But sure enough, 5 minutes later, he walks in.
Yes, Stephen.
You know what? Back in the day, there was no better feeling, was there, than like being out in the club and being like, oh, I'm going to see that guy
I'm
tonight. And you
running-
just see him walking. It's like brilliant.
Running into who you want to run into.
On a night out when you're looking good, you're feeling good. There is no, if you could put that feeling in a bottle, you'd be a millionaire.
If I could be transported to being the sweet, ripe age of 20 years old, young, naive.
I'm just being like, oh my God, Chintzy's just walked in.
young, naive and free.
Like, I can see him behind you. Oh
He's
my God,
there.
who's he with? Who's he with?
He's there. Like,
Let's
there's,
walk past and go to the toilet.
yeah. Just journaling. Yeah.
There is no better feeling than that. My heart jumped a little. We ended up dancing. He said he missed me and was quite affectionate. He ended up coming back to mine.
I can
stayed
picture
the
Sarah
night.
A little like,
Oh, I love it. Right, so he said he messaged you. That must have been music to your ears.
So he's come round that night.
He came back to mine. It stayed the night. Nothing happened, but we did kiss. Okay.
Yeah, girl.
We talked more about things in the morning.
Oh, seriously. Because now it's like, wow, wasn't expecting that last night.
Yeah, wasn't
How
expecting to
have
wake up with you in my bed.
How have you been?
Yeah. Been.
How have you been?
He even asked me sober to state my case, basically saying, what do you want from me? I froze.
Steve, we tried to get back. You were the one who walked away.
Yeah, I froze. I wanted to say everything I've been feeling, but I didn't.
Oh.
Out of respect for him,
What?
Sarah.
What?
out of respect for him, I said I didn't want anything right now, but I do still like him. She's put, yikes, right?
Because she knows what she did.
Because she knows she slept with Brian. Okay. Because like you and
Can
Steve
the
were seeing each
doctor-
other
Yeah.
and you're thinking, shit,
Yeah,
I'm
well,
gonna have to...
Well, you were trying to protect him in that moment.
I understand. He was so sweet and affectionate, but I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd fumbled again. Sarah, you're fumbling this man around. Come on, he's a doctor.
I know he's a serious
Lock
guy, like
it
we keep
down,
saying.
Sarah. I thought he was looking for me to want more, but I held back. Okay, it's giving slow burn.
But also, I want to hear what he like. What do you want? Like, I need to hear that. Like, you're here.
Like, you
and
tell me what you want.
You know, you're
tell
serious,
me you want me.
Yeah, like you're a serious guy. Like, I want to hear that. Like, you actually want me.
Yeah.
Like, as a girlfriend or a wife. You know, like I'm not meant to tell you
what do you see for us?
Yeah, like. Okay. I think this is fine. So I think it's a little bit of a check, little bit of a
give and take.
You know.
Now I'm wondering if I just messed it up again. He's been clear that he doesn't want to be with someone who isn't fully in it. And I think I've shown him that I'm not sure what I want.
He's such a serious guy.
He's
I love
such
it.
a serious guy. You know what? He would really just like take care of your life as well. He would organize your whole life. He would just sort out everything.
Because you know his itinerary is just like Chris. It's on lock. Like he's on lock. He's so
when your car needs a service, he's going to sort that.
I think
any bill, any appointment, he's just going to sort it.
He just sorts things out.
He just sorts things out.
You know,
holidays sorted.
His calendar is just like running like clockwork.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
It's
just
organized. Yeah,
you know, stethoscope, heartbeat.
Oh, and imagine if you weren't feeling very well. You just ask him.
Broke a wrist, not feeling very well.
No need to sit in A&E for however long.
Here. Take this.
Twice a day. But I'll remind you, of course, don't worry. Let me make you some breakfast so you're not taking them on an empty stomach.
Let me cook you a lovely cheesy egg scramble with a side
High
of
protein.
bacon and a side of avocado toast. And here's a glass of OJ, carrot and OJ, because it'll keep you,
And a ginger shot.
and a ginger water to keep your vitamin C.
Okay, so we've still got a couple paragraphs.
Okay.
The thing is, I do like him. I've been thinking about him since we saw each other again, and I know I messed up when I didn't take that chance
Yeah.
to express
This is
how I
real.
really feel.
Yeah.
But now I'm scared. I don't want to get hurt.
Yeah,
I don't want to hurt him either. But I also
hear.
can't stop thinking that maybe, just maybe, this could still work if I stop holding back.
I think
It's
you're in
giving
your
novel,
head.
Sarah. Now
You're in
I'm
your
asking
head.
myself, did I ruin things by not saying how I really feel? Is there any way to fix this, or do I have to let go? Also, thanks everyone for the comments on the episode.
Stop!
She's saying, I know I messed up. But
No, Sarah, no.
But just to clarify, I didn't explicitly cheat because we weren't together at
Of
the time. Of
course.
course, Sarah. And I get that Steve deserves better, and I feel terrible for the way I've handled things. But do people change? Can I still fix this? Help me, guys. I'm overthinking everything.
Sarah,
Sarah.
You did nothing wrong. Any of us in this
Would
room
have done the same thing.
me included. Steve stormed out. Brian's right there.
Like we said
Like-
back then, we're anyone's. We're absolutely
Like,
anyone's.
what are you meant to do? I've
Yeah.
had, 4 Aperol spritzes.
Yes. I can't see straight.
Like, I can't.
Someone's just given me a shot of limoncello.
Yeah, like,
My favourite song's just come
Brian's
on.
right
I'm looking
there.
great.
Like, it would
And
have
Brian
happened
wants me.
to us all in this room. Brian
Yeah.
wants me. How can you deny that?
when someone's just
You
left
can't.
and slammed a door in your face.
Yeah, and you're thinking, in the moment, you're thinking, yeah, fuck you,
Yeah,
Steve.
I'll
Like,
show you.
Yeah.
If you don't want me, someone else will.
Because drunken thoughts are just different.
Yeah, it's different.
So I think this is salvageable. And I don't think you fucked it up.
No, I don't.
I think you're just like, you're being apprehensive. You had a lovely flirty evening with Steve. I think it gave you each other a taste of, do you know what? I think,
this could be,
you know,
quite good.
and in the moment you just said like, I'm not, right now. I think if anything, that's kind of like a good little ploy, little
because he's maybe
tactic.
have people, maybe he's used to having people fall at his feet.
Yeah, because of course he's got that
He's a
doctoral
doctor.
year.
Yeah.
So I think, look, from Steve's perspective, you've kind of just rejected him.
Essentially.
So I would just maybe be like, okay, I'm just going to let him know I like him. I'd love you to take me out. And I'd love to see where this could go.
Yeah.
Kind of insinuate like, I'm here for like something serious.
because I feel like
Without saying that.
yeah. I would also
Steve's been
though,
like pushed down a little bit from, your
yeah, there's a chance he's feeling like but rejected. But I also would encourage you just to actually think if you do genuinely like Steve.
Right.
Because if I had a boy in my
Yes.
bed that I genuinely really, really liked,
Yep.
I don't think I'd be saying no.
But I think she's scared. She's scared, Sophia.
Okay.
She's scared to be hurt. He did storm out.
He did storm
Do you know
out,
what I
that's
mean?
true.
And and Brian's been a twat. We've just got over that barely, and I'm scared of love. And Brian's here saying, I want more with you. And it's like,
But when
so we're retreating a little.
When you're dating someone and it's exciting and you like them, you do have that like, oh, do I want this right now? Like, I don't know. But I feel like if it's so good, you can't deny it. You can't help but go like fall for it.
I'm just thinking, maybe
So I would just say, make sure that you actually do really
Yes.
like this guy. And you're not just like, he's not just like, oh, the guy that's
Who's come
around
back.
right now,
Yeah.
who is a doctor and wow. Like, do we actually like him or are we kind of like trying to make ourselves like
if
him?
he didn't have
That
the
would
doctor allure, would
Yeah.
we still like him?
Would we still like him? That would just be my only just point to raise that, make sure you're not trying to get yourself to like him because I feel like, but maybe you are just hesitant because of
I
your
think
history.
you just got your guard up, and
Yeah.
I think you felt
See,
disheveled.
I'm not someone who really goes in with my guard up, which is why I think I can't relate.
And I think, look, she's just been really hurt by Brian. Like I can only imagine after being in a long situationship,
Yeah.
which was back and forth, and you didn't know, are we
It's
a thing?
very
Are we a
true.
thing? Like that's like you haven't got a lot of trust in men
Because
and,
I feel like
them
our
committing.
brains just run away with us.
Yeah.
And be like, oh my God, yeah, I'll just have you. You're
But I
great.
think, and also I think you weren't expecting to see him.
True.
So you've kind of woke up, you're a bit disheveled, you're a bit hungover, you're not,
True.
you're feeling a bit like,
oh, what's going on?
and then you got these questions, you're thinking, oh, is this the,
Yeah.
So I think I would just keep in contact, message him.
He's not going anywhere.
It was lovely seeing you, and I'd love you to take me out.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd just be more direct with it. Because I think Steve's a serious guy. I think it's to the point. Do you know what I mean?
To the point.
Like, even then, he asked you, like, you know, what do you see for us? Like, he was being direct. And he wanted answers. So I think go and give him the answer he wants to hear, Sarah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Straight to the point. Cut to the chase.
Then enjoy that free healthcare.
And please keep us posted again. Do that and keep us posted.
Please.
Like, I want you to take on a nice day. I want you wined and dined.
I want you to just like relax into it. Be like, you know what? I really like Steve. I really trust Steve.
Yeah.
Let him court me. Let's let him date me.
And let's just
then
see
fall
what
in love.
happens.
Well, yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But then eventually fall in love.
Thanks for the update, Sarah.
Right. We have here. I think he wants to date me, but he has a boyfriend.
Okay.
So I think this situation is an open relationship situation that he's in with a guy.
Okay.
But it's open. You guys have met, connected.
And he wants to date you too.
And he wants to date you too.
And you maybe like him, but you're thinking, but
do I
want to
get
wanting an open situation?
Right.
Unless you are.
Unless you are. Hey, girlies.
Interesting.
For some context, Brian and I met 2 years ago while I was first year in uni. He was working at my local pub at the time. Cute. At the time, I had just gotten out of a 2-year relationship in which I felt trapped and not myself. So I was just looking to have some fun and not get into anything serious. Okay, so we met this guy 2 years ago.
Yeah, we've known him for a while.
Right, I wasn't expecting that. My friend pulled me out for one drink in a pub where she knew we would get discounts because she had hooked up with a barman.
Nice, classic.
Let's call him Steve.
Okay.
Okay, so who's Steve? Steve's a different guy.
Yeah.
We walk in, and that's where I noticed the fittest man I've ever seen. This must be Steve.
All
extremely tall, great hair, facial hair, tattoos, a bit older than me. Oh, it's giving Harry Styles.
Yeah.
Everything a girl can wish for. Sarah immediately starts chatting up the other guy behind the bar.
Perfect.
And introduces him as Steve. I lean towards Brian. Okay, so this is Brian who we met. This was how you guys met.
This is how you met. You're thinking, thank God Sarah didn't go for the one that I fancy.
I lean towards Brian. She leans towards Steve.
Perfect.
So I lean towards Brian to order a drink.
Hi.
And he sparks a conversation.
Can I have an espresso martini, please?
Yeah. And he sparks a conversation.
Of course he does.
In brackets, I have an unconventional ID. So a lot of bartenders have to double check it's real.
Oh, okay.
And they're often curious about it. Oh, maybe it's from another country.
Yeah, or maybe it's your library card or something.
Yeah. We hit it off instantly. And it was a quiet night. And we spoke almost non-stop for about 5 hours.
Fucking hell. He had a good shift, didn't he?
Sarah.
Just got paid to chat to you.
Wasn't nothing better than a quiet night on shift and a pretty girl's walked in.
Pretty girls walked in.
Yeah, sweet cheeks. What are you up to tonight?
It's giving like Trisha Tavern talk.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Hi, traveller. What can I get you?
It is. Okay, so here we go. He had mentioned having a boyfriend, Nick. She said.
Who the fuck is Nick?
Nick is Brian's boyfriend.
Right.
And being in an open relationship. But
so he's been honest from the get-go, from your first meeting.
Yeah. He said that you're chatting him off. I've got a boyfriend, Nick.
It's open, but he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Right.
But for some reason, I assumed he was strictly gay.
Right.
Okay, so now you're thinking, okay, we hit it off as like a friend, sparking conversation.
Like a classic gorgeous guy that's gay.
It's typical, isn't it?
Typical.
Yeah. Right. At the end of the night, Sarah invites both of them to come back to her room with us, as we've all been having a good night.
Okay,
they agree.
All right, let's go. Let's get it.
At this point, Brian and I have been extremely flirty.
So you're still thinking he's gay? Okay.
Yeah. Well, maybe now she's thinking, maybe you're bisexual. At this point, Brian and I have been extremely flirty with him, complimenting me, telling me he'll take me out, and being very open about the fact that he is in an open relationship. Oh, so he's making it clear, like, I'm interested in you, Sarah.
Yeah, he's advertising it.
Yeah.
I respect it. I like it.
Yeah. On our short walk from the pub, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. On the short walk from the pub to Sarah's, he displays impeccable hand placement. And by then, I just want to kiss him. So you guys
She kissed him.
Well, she says, I want to kiss him.
Oh, fucking hell. What was this ham? I bet it was lower back.
It was just like a lovely
little
graze.
shoulder, just a gentle tap here and there. And you just thought, oh my God.
A light hand.
Yeah, a light hand.
So I'm thinking, I just want to kiss him. And this was 2 years ago.
This was 2 years ago.
I'm forgetting
So
that.
what's happened in 2 years?
I know, except maybe it's just like you didn't want to go there because he's in an open, he's
Nick's
got a
still in the
boyfriend,
picture.
but maybe he's still like on your mind.
Okay.
Except I keep telling myself that he's not into women and is probably just a nice guy. Okay, so actually he's not made it clear that I'm into women. You guys are just like flirting. After a few hours at Sarah's place where we all laugh and drink some more,
Oh, dangerous.
and where Brian and I have been physically very close,
Oh my God.
it starts feeling quite obvious she wants us to leave so she can get
So
with
she
Steve.
can be with Steve. Right.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Brian offers to walk me home as I live on his way. So I agree.
Slay. Why don't you come in, Brian?
That's when he kisses me. I was confused at first because I genuinely...
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Me too. I genuinely thought he was gay, but I was being passionately kissed by the hottest guy I'd seen in ages.
Oh.
So I was not going to sabotage myself.
No.
I invite him up to my flat and we have sex.
Oh my God, Sarah.
What a turn
I did not
of
think we were
events.
going there yet.
Your mind must have been racing because like all
Must have
night
been fucking racing.
you've been thinking like,
Wait,
okay,
is this guy gay? Like, what's going like so
Well, you've
fit?
been
Like, I'm
thinking-
feeling chemistry. Like, am I going crazy? What's going on?
you're like, was that a flirt? Like, did he mean to put his hand there? And you're like, so, and but then you're
Wow.
thinking, Nick.
Nick. Who the fuck is Nick?
While it was
Better
quite
Nick than Nicola.
okay, while it was quite good, I assumed it would be a one night stand since Brian is in a relationship. I don't really know how open relationships work and he asked for my Instagram, but I forgot to give it to him, so we couldn't contact. Okay, so that was 2 years ago.
Right.
We had that night.
Whoa.
Yeah, right?
What, we've not seen him in 2 years? Surely
I'm not sure, but that's what she said, no?
Oh my God.
She said I met him 2 years ago. This was the
yeah,
night.
this was 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, no? So we didn't, he didn't have my number, he didn't have my Instagram. He ended up finding my account on Instagram and following me. So we saw each other on a few nights out and more booty calls and continued getting together almost every time.
Oh my
However-
God, you're sexual partners.
However, it wasn't strictly sex, as we could spend hours laying in bed just talking. You guys, yeah, because when they
and
first
now
met,
I'm in love.
it was
Fuck.
5 hours of chat.
Yeah.
You can't just do that with any other Tom, Dick, and Harry. Like
you can't.
So you're like this,
You're in love, Sarah.
but then it's just like Nick,
Who's Nick? Yeah.
like Nick's in the picture. Fuck.
Maybe
Getting
he's Santa
goosebumps.
Claus, Saint Nick.
Yeah,
Let's not give up
maybe he's a
hope.
mystical creature. I'll try to keep it short. But by then, I knew he was also hooking up with his girl best friend. So he's just very
my
sexually
heart's falling out
active
my arsehole.
with other people, which I didn't mind, but she did and hated me for it.
No shit. Understandable.
Summer came around and I went back home and he consistently texted me over the summer.
Right. Okay. So
Oh,
he's a
this is
bit of
like-
he's very sexually active.
He said, well,
You're there thinking you've got something special, but really he's actually probably having similar experiences with a lot of people.
right. And then it's
Which
just
is
like,
disappointing.
He is committed to Nick.
Yes.
Like, and then the relationship is just open. Is everyone else just like purely physical?
Yeah. And just
Or
like
is
fun. Is
Yeah.
he talking with Sarah for 5 hours? We don't know. I'd like to
I
think
guess we
not,
don't-
but he could well be.
I know.
If he's a yapper, he's a yapper.
Yeah. Obviously, he's got that charm. He's a barman. Like,
yeah. He's got the gift of the gab.
yeah. But then I'd be falling in love like you, Sarah. Like, you joking?
I'd have planned our lives.
Chatting like that,
Yeah.
and he looks like that.
Are you joking?
Yeah, like beautiful man I've
I'd
ever
even
seen. And
let
we're
Nick
chatting like
sit
that.
on
We're
the
having sex
side.
like that.
How can you say no?
No. So I went back home over the summer. He was consistently texting me over the summer, making sure I was coming back.
Wow.
When I was coming, whether I wanted to see him, when I got back, etc. And oh my God. Oh my God.
What? Oh no.
Well,
What?
no. Now it's been almost 2 years of this. We still hook up very frequently and talk a lot. Sarah, how are you doing, Sarah? Are you actually, or Sarah, that's 2 years of just
That's 2 years of
not having like commitment.
Oh gosh.
And like falling in love.
Sarah.
I've actually got goosebumps all over my body, Sarah.
I've lost my appetite.
Oh, Sarah. I bet at this point you're like, this can't go on.
Can't go on.
Because he's still going home to Nick. He loves Nick.
Have we met Nick?
No. Well, I'm not sure. So now it's been almost 2
Nick
years.
got that you don't, a penis, I guess.
Yeah. And we still hook up very frequently and talk a lot.
Shit.
Only problem is while I am very happy with our agreement that we are together strictly for sex. Okay, so my bad. I take it.
Sorry, that's
So
the romantics in us.
So you are just like happy it's purely sex. You're not like in love, yearning for more commitment. Okay, that's good.
That's
I was
good.
thinking that you know.
Sorry, we've jumped ahead.
Sorry, that's how I would be. Well, I'm very happy with our agreement that we are together strictly for sex. I'm not even sure I see him as a friend. I feel like he's looking for more. Whoa.
Whoa.
Twist and turn, Sarah.
Okay.
When we're walking, he wants to hold my hand. Has his arm around me at the pub. Has stopped sleeping with his girl best friend.
Ka-ching.
And has overall stopped being friends with her because of how she
Ka-ching.
treated me.
Ka-ching.
But Nick, we can't forget about Nick.
We've never met Nick. I don't even think Nick exists. I can definitely pretend that he doesn't.
He wants to see me in context where we don't have sex.
Nice. Yeah.
He has asked me to come home with him to his parents. Where's Nick?
What? I fear Nick does not exist.
I can even see it in his eyes. We never talk about his boyfriend. And I've briefly
Little
met him
Saint Nick.
once.
Ah, okay. Oh, fuck, he does
Brackets.
exist. He's not a mythical creature.
I don't really understand how he doesn't mind his man shagging other people, even less so meeting up with them. But oh wow. So you're thinking, how is Nick all right with this?
Nick's obviously moving exactly
Yeah.
the same. Like they're in an open relationship. Like it works. That's an open relationship.
Yeah, it's like we don't. I mean, every open relationship has a different agreement,
does.
whether they chat about what they get up to or not.
Yeah.
Because some are just like, get up to whatever you get up to, as long as you come home at the end of the day, like you come home at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Others are like, you tell me when and who and where
Everything.
you are sleeping with and where and what and who.
Wow.
Sorry, I'm
so
just
he
covering my toes.
wants you to meet his parents.
So are you feeling a bit like, is that what I want? Or are you going to, I guess you've
It's
got a lot of
confusing, that's for
questions because
sure.
are you going to, are you thinking like, okay, well, if me and you do get into a relationship, do you want our relationship to be open? Like there's so many layers to
There's
this.
a lot of layers.
And like Nick, anyways, keep reading. Recently, Brian has been telling me that they're not doing very well. Right, so he's trying to plant seeds that like,
My eyes would be fucking lighting up. Bingo.
he's planting seeds like, me and Nick are on the out.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. Ka-ching.
Yeah. But does she
Right.
want that? I don't know if she just wants a sexual agreement.
Right, okay.
So recently, Brian's been telling me that they're not doing very well.
Right. Okay.
And that he wants to date someone else. Who?
Me?
And that while Nick doesn't mind him getting with other people, he doesn't want him to seriously date them.
Yeah.
And that for that. Wait, what?
So like their open relationship, like, yeah, you can sleep with other people, but I don't want
Not
you
seriously.
dating.
Yeah.
Like I don't want you going out.
But
like I want you to
So
sleep.
Brian doesn't want him doing
like
that.
I don't want you hanging out and not
Well,
having
yeah,
sex.
it's meant
Like
to-
that's dating. Like
Yeah.
you can sleep with them like booty calls, but I don't want you holding hands in the street, cuddling, kissing, and like having a whole other relationship.
So do you think Brian's been like, oh, well, if you've got a problem with that, that's what I'm doing with Sarah?
Possibly.
Right.
It's causing tension.
Yeah.
Or maybe Nick's like, you're hanging out with Sarah a lot.
Nick's probably feeling Brian pulling away, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like, he's
because
being
it sounds
awfully,
like Brian's got a lot of time for you.
He's emotionally-
texting, calling, meeting up. Like, when's he seeing Nick?
He's emotionally invested in you for sure.
sure.
Like, you don't just, like, you're not holding hands and
No.
inviting home to parents.
No.
And if it's just sex.
No.
Brian, so after that, Brian is considering breaking up with Nick. Although it probably sounds self-centered, I know he is talking about wanting to date me instead. My problem is, oh my God.
Okay.
My problem is, I do not want to date Brian.
Fuck.
I'm so sorry.
Why?
And I never have.
How? I want to date him. I don't even know this man.
I want to date Brian. Sarah, give him to me.
Hand him over. Come on. To Chintz. I'm literally in a 4-year relationship.
Wow.
I feel strongly about this man, and I don't know how you don't, because I do.
Well, obviously Sarah in her head was like, for me, you're just attractive. Yeah, we have nice chats. But like, maybe for you, it's always been like, but you've always been with Nick. So I've never allowed myself to like...
To picture that.
Or romanticize that or like connect to you and like, do you know what I mean?
Wow,
but,
I'm proud of you.
But obviously...
You've got more willpower than we have.
But obviously Brian met you and was like, ooh. This is new. Oh, and like maybe he's really romanticizing you.
Possibly.
But it's been 2 years of this.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
So, but you
longer
said,
than some relationships.
Yeah, because we got ahead of you, obviously, because we would have fallen in love with Brian. But you said no.
God, you're so strong.
Okay, I didn't want to date Brian, and I never have. Not only am I not the open relationship type of girl. Exactly. I think from the start you were like, well, if we were ever to be a thing, you would want this, you would want that. I'm not comfortable with that. And that's probably why you just kept it purely...
Lack of compatibility.
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
I do get that,
because if we started sleeping with a guy and he was in this open relationship and he was sleeping with other people, you would not let yourself, you would not get ahead of yourself.
I fear we probably would.
I fear, but in your mind, you'd be like, no.
Yeah.
No.
But then that man says that he wants to date you. It's music to your ears, is it not?
I know. I know. But then it's like, okay, so then we date for 6 months and then he's saying, I want to open this relationship up.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I never wanted that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
You're taking us on a roller coaster here,
it's Sarah.
I'm falling in love. I'm falling out of love. I can't keep up.
I was thinking you're getting married. Blah, blah, blah. I also have never pictured him and I together simply because our relationship has always been about sex and nothing more.
Right.
So he's been the one who's desperately been like, let's go to the cinema. Dinner, coffee. And maybe you've been rejecting those
requests, invites.
So what do I do?
What?
I don't want to stop seeing him because the stability of great sex is great.
It's hard to let that go.
And I genuinely really like talking to him. But I also don't want to break his heart, nor be the reason why he breaks up with Nick and ends up alone. So it's like he's going to break up with Nick and then I'm going to say,
you feel a lot of responsibility on your shoulders, don't you?
I've done my best to shorten this because I could write a whole book about it. It's been 2 years.
Yeah, I'd read it as well.
I bet there's been other shit that you guys have
I can only
gone
imagine.
through. I bet Nick has had a problem.
Nick's had a rough 2 years, that's for sure.
Nick has felt his boyfriend pulling away for 2 years.
Nick's been going through it. Poor Nick.
And to be honest, this is so messy. I'm not entirely sure what my dilemma really is.
Neither am I.
But I hope...
Sarah.
I know what your dilemma is, but I hope you girls can help me see a bit clearer. Love you both. A very confused girl.
Oh, God.
Sarah...
I fear we've never had anything like this.
Never in our 6-year career.
In our 300 episodes.
Have we ever had such a twist and a turn?
No.
I think, okay, so the facts are. Let's lay the facts.
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm going to cross my legs. Right, let's lay out the facts, Sophia.
Okay.
The facts are gorgeous man.
Of course, we know that.
Tattooed, 6 foot.
Facial hair.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous.
The facts are great sex.
Charming.
Physically
affectionate. Wants you to meet the family.
Yeah. Really showing you like
attention.
If you went for it, it would be
electric.
But the fact is, you don't see him like that. You just see him for his willy, and that is all.
That's it.
And the chats. And his beautiful looks. But you don't want that with him. You just have to be honest with him. That's all you can do. Just say... Because I fear maybe you haven't said that. I don't know. Because obviously he's not even said it. He's just alluding to the fact like I want to date someone else, and like
I'm thinking about breaking up with Nick.
I'm thinking about breaking up with Nick because he's wanting you to say, "Oh, then we can be together." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think he's waiting for you to give him that glimmer of like this is going to be something. And,
I feel like this guy has become your comfort blanket massively. And I feel like it's kind of given you the boyfriend effect and the boyfriend package without actually like having a boyfriend. And I think, this is like your comfort person. At the end of the day, you've known this guy for 2 years. You've been speaking consistently you've been sleeping together consistently for 2 years. Like, you've basically been in a relationship with this man, whether it be open, situationship, whatever. this has been a 2-year relationship in my eyes. And I think you're getting to that hard place now where it's like, actually, I don't want you giving up stuff for me because I don't know if I want that from you.
And it's become the point where for Brian, it's real now.
Yeah.
Brian's like, oh, I want more, and you don't want more.
You don't want more.
You're happy with this. You were happy that he had Nick. Do you know what I mean? And now you're like, don't break up with Nick.
Yeah.
Because then you're just going to want me. And you're like,
you liked almost that he had that.
Yeah.
Because it took the pressure off you.
And even when he was sleeping with Sarah.
You almost just like got the perks without having to deal with any of the other actual relationship stuff.
Exactly. And now you're thinking, okay, so now actually I'm responsible for your emotion. Like you want me and you want all of me, and I don't want all of you.
I think,
I'm just gonna be honest.
I think like it's got to the point now where like, you know, this situation could only go on for so long.
Yeah.
And it's lasted 2 years. Like it's been a great 2 years. Like you've got the best out of it. If you don't want anything more with this man, I think it's honesty hour. The time has come. Like this couldn't last forever, unfortunately. So maybe it's just coming to its natural end. And maybe it doesn't even have to end. But I do think that you should say to him, like, look, I love having you in my life. Like, I love you as a person, and I've, you know, it's whatever, but I don't want to be your girlfriend.
And I fear you guys haven't spoken about your feelings.
You know, I couldn't do an open relationship, and that's what you've been doing for the past few years, and yada, yada, yada.
I fear in 2 years, you guys have never spoken about your feelings towards each other.
Because you've never had to, because he's had a boyfriend.
Because you've always felt like he was emotionally detached.
You always thought, like, well, I'm not his
removed.
girlfriend. Like, he's in a relationship.
Yeah, like when we're just having sex, we don't need to talk about that.
No, like we're just having fun.
But I think
maybe it's time.
I mean, don't rule anything out now. Like maybe he'll say, look, I don't even want an open relationship. Like I just want you. Maybe that will be like.
But then is she going to run for the hills? I don't know if she wants that.
But maybe him saying like, I don't want an open relationship. Maybe that will be, maybe for Sarah, she'll be like, oh, I don't know you, Sarah Babes, but.
We don't know you.
But I think you guys just need to be honest and chat. You need to hear how he actually, because you're just guessing. You're just like, oh, he's insinuating this.
And he's guessing as well.
It's insinuating that he wants this and this, but he's never actually said.
Yeah.
And also you've never said to him.
And at the end of the day, like if it means that actually this just doesn't work anymore, then unfortunately it doesn't work anymore. And that's the thing, like friends with benefits, situationships, they're not meant to last forever. And it works when it works. When it stops working, now it's awkward, it's difficult. This was supposed to be a fun addition to my life, and now it's not. And if it has to come to an end, like all good things come to an end. And maybe that's what is kind of happening now.
And the open relationship escapades that, you know, like him and Nick will embark upon.
Yeah.
They weren't meant to last 2 years.
No, they don't think they were.
I think that they're a one night thing, maybe a couple of weeks. Yeah. But like, and I think poor Nick has been thinking that his boyfriend.
I'd like to speak to Nick.
Oh, Nick.
Big time.
I know. But then maybe Nick was absolutely fine with you. Obviously, we don't know.
Maybe he was doing the same thing.
But Nick obviously isn't happy with the fact that he is building an emotional connection with you.
Yeah.
Because Nick and Brian's deal was sex, purely sex,
open.
One night only, open, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But Brian's fallen in love with you. It's very clear.
Yeah.
But we need to hear that from him so that you can then see how you feel, actually seeing him say something like that, and then say, I don't see it like that, or give me a chance to think. This is all a lot.
Let's cool off for a bit.
Let's cool off. You know, and you need to just be honest because, we have to protect Brian's feelings.
Yeah, and our own feelings.
Because also it's not going to be fun anymore.
That's what I mean.
If you're having sex and Brian's constantly trying to like get you to fall in love with him and you're just like, no.
I've got responsibility now that I didn't have before with this arrangement.
Now your heart's on the line and this is not fun for me.
The whole dynamic has changed.
Completely changed.
Like now you're like, I'm in a different headspace now.
Well, now you're someone who, it's just completely different. You're not just like this sexy hot guy.
That is so complicated.
That is so complex.
Yeah. That's very complicated.
Honestly, send us a seriously,
please, Sarah.
Send us a follow-up with like, give us even more details. You know, you said there was even more to be told.
Yeah, tell us.
But let us know.
Send me a link.
Have a chat with him. You guys just need to chat, honestly.
Like no banter.
Not in the bedroom.
No drinky drinks. Or maybe actually a bottle of wine would help.
Yeah, maybe in the flat.
Yeah, maybe in the flat. Some low music.
Yeah. and just talk about your guys' feelings. I feel like you're talking about everything else, but how you two feel.
Mm-hmm.
And like what's happening here.
And things might come to light.
We need to talk, like, Nick, where's Nick? Like, are you breaking up with Nick? Like, what's happening with Nick?
Like, don't break up with Nick for me, because I'm not sure if I want you.
Exactly. Maybe you're going to have to say something like that.
Which is going to be hard. But
you have to be honest with Brian.
The time has come. You've rode the wave. You've had a good 2 years.
It's been a great 2 years.
It's been a good run. Like, this couldn't last forever.
Is there no chance you could fall in love with him, Sarah?
I know. Can you really not fall in love with this man?
Because I feel like this is perfect. But it's not.
But it's not perfect for you.
It's not perfect. Important. It's not perfect. But yeah, good luck, Sarah. Please send us a pic
as well, would you? I'd love to see him.
Would you just, Sarah? Would you just?
If you wouldn't mind.
Send us a pic, Sarah.
Okay, I feel like we've kind of been on a bit of a theme this week.
We've been on the theme of like serious
like relationships.
Feelings.
And now we've got, to finish us off, he wants to marry me, but I've cheated. How do I fix this? You take it to the grave.
Sarah.
You take it to the grave.
Yeah. Sarah, do tell us, share the story. Can I have some lip balm?
Yeah.
What shit throw?
Right, we've got here. I found myself in a horrible situation I can only blame myself for. Oh, Sarah, it's okay. I've been with my current partner, Brian, for almost 3 years.
Wait, have you seen the trend on TikTok where it's like, you're filming with your boyfriend and you say like, I'm just here with my current boyfriend.
Yeah.
And see if they get offended. I'm here with my current fiance.
Current boyfriend.
This is my current husband.
For almost 3 years. We have a mortgage for our beautiful home. We've poured blood, sweat and tears into. We have a dog. We go on lovely holidays. I love his family. I can honestly say it's the safest and most wholesome love I have ever felt.
That's gorgeous.
Brian is wonderful. So kind and so caring. I have always been someone that attracts drama. So this for me has been very peaceful and exactly what I thought I needed in my life.
Okay.
At times I did worry that things were a bit flat and a bit mundane for me.
But really it's just safe.
It's that fireplace. Yeah. But as I approach my 30s, I think it's just taking me a little bit of time to realize someone's life has to slow down. I look forward to a future with Brian, and I know he has plans to propose to me in the not so distant future, which up until a few months ago filled me with so much joy and excitement. Okay. For the past 8 or so years, I have been a gym girl.
Gorgeous.
Who the hell did you meet at the gym, Sarah?
I know.
It's my thing, my hobby.
I love that for you.
Last January, on a night out with a few of my friends, I bumped into a couple of boys who approached me and said they knew me from the gym. I loosely recognized them and got chatting with someone in particular.
They've been dying to run into you on the streets. Do you know what I mean?
But that's the thing. Like, you see familiar, if you're going same time every day, you see the faces. You do see them out because like, well, we're in the same vicinity. Like, and it's like, oh yeah.
And after a few drinks, from the gym, you know, like, you're going to go, I'm going to go say hello.
Yeah.
I'm not saying hello in the gym.
No, you would never. Yeah. Okay, so Steve, he was lovely, funny, my type. But the conversation was very platonic.
Yeah.
I very rarely find men are speaking to me for any reason other than to flirt or try it on. So I found it quite refreshing that he wasn't trying to like put it on me. I also found it strange a boy would give me so much of his time when he wasn't sexually interested.
Yeah.
I did drop the boyfriend card a few times.
Good.
The night ended, and when I woke up in the morning, I had a follow request from Steve on Instagram.
Okay. Steve, leave us alone. In it, like, Steve, leave us alone. I've told you I've got a boyfriend.
Fast forward to the beginning of the year.
Oh, no.
A whole year since this encounter. There had been nothing except a few story likes from Steve, mainly of my dog, to be fair.
Okay.
And a couple of hellos in the gym. But I can't express how ever since us meeting on that night out, I've just felt this immense tension between us. I've seen multiple guys from my gym out before, but this felt different. I began to yearn for a boy I barely knew. Not the yearning, Sarah, but
Sarah the yearn.
Then one day, he began to react to my stories, which obviously meant he then ended up in my DMs. and we'd have light-hearted, short combos about the gym, funny people we'd spotted and how busy it was, general chit-chat. And it would end. Every couple of days or so would be another reaction to a story, another small convo, it would end. After a few weeks of this, Steve went on holiday. He replied to one of my stories after a few drinks, again, general chit-chat, and then the conversation turned and he started talking about how attractive I am and he's always been in awe over my body. Okay, Steve's got that bit of liquid courage in the DMs.
His lads are like egging him on.
Yeah. To cut a long story short, things with Steve have now been going on for about 2 or 3 months. Conversation hasn't really stopped since and has become very sexual with pictures and videos. Sarah.
Over the DM.
Sarah. And then what? You just see him in the gym and like... It's okay, Sarah.
It's all right.
It's all right. Personality-wise, we get on like a house on fire. We are two very different people from different walks of life, but the attraction is intense.
I mean, no doubt.
From the get-go, though, I have always known he would never trump my boyfriend.
Yeah.
He is my life. I have a future with him. He is the man I see the rest of my life with, the father of my future children, etc.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is fresh.
What?
Sarah, this is so fresh.
What?
But last night,
No.
I cheated on my Brian with Steve. It's okay.
Where were we?
I don't know. We're going to find out. Steve and I had been having little car meetups.
Sarah.
Oh, for the last 2 weeks. A handful of times.
A little finger
Just
in the passenger
chit-chat.
seat.
Bit of flirting, coffee here and there. I wonder what car he drives. Our conversation over text had obviously got too intense and I caved. It's horrible because I've barely been linking the situation with what I have with my Brian. So the guilt hasn't been that strong.
Really?
It comes in waves, but never enough to stop me.
I can never imagine being in that situation. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, go.
Last night, I picked Steve up. We went for a coffee. He kissed me. I kissed back. And the next thing I know, I was in his house. The rest is history. Big history.
Oh, it's big.
Oh, it's big, Sarah. Okay. It's fine. It could happen to anyone. I see
I'm
how
just
you've
in
got
shock. I'm in shock because it's been going on for so long. And you know, like 3 months of dick pics and sexual, but then you still, because usually for women, this is obviously generally speaking, if we're going to cheat, it's premeditated, it's more emotional. It's like we've got that connection. And it's also because like my partner isn't fulfilling my needs. They're not the one for me. I need to break
It's
up
not
with
usually
them.
as spontaneous.
Yeah. So the fact that you're still so set that Brian is the one, is because usually, because if you were like, fuck Brian, you know, he's so shit, I'd be like, woo woo, let's go for Steve. Let's just break up with Brian.
Yeah.
But but you still want to be with Brian, which is so interesting.
And I think because it's been very, very slow and very, very steady,
the
you've
tension
been kind of like normalizing it.
It's a part of your routine,
and kind of being like, oh, it's not really that bad. Like it's just a bit of this and a bit of that. And you've kind of been, I think, playing it down to yourself.
Yeah.
Because you're saying like, I'm not really feeling that guilty. Like I think you've kind of
a crazy
normalized
comment.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just become a part of your routine. Yeah.
So let's keep going. Let's talk it out.
He's become an integral part of your like life right now.
Yeah.
You know?
I have always made it clear to Steve that my head is a mess and I love my boyfriend. You know, we have no issues in our relationship and that him coming along has really messed things in my head. So as far as I'm aware, he is under no impression that I would ever be leaving my boyfriend for him.
Right.
But he has said he wants me to be single so he can take me out on dates. He wants to steal me and he wouldn't usually hang around in all this drama, but he really likes me.
Yeah.
He really played the long game here. Okay. My dilemma is it's always going to be Brian for me.
Is it?
Steve is fun, sexy, new, exciting.
Yeah.
But I know from listening to similar advice on this podcast, I am mainly attracted to the what ifs of this man and not the reality.
Yeah.
I know that my life with Brian would be much more fulfilled long term than the quick satisfaction and lust I get from Steve. The lust and chemistry I feel with this man is not enough for me to want to rip my entire life apart.
Right.
How do I sort this situation out? How do I let Steve down gently as I feel he has high hopes for this situation? And how can I put my effort back into my relationship with Brian? Telling Brian about my actions is not an option.
I mean,
because I will lose him and everything.
Yeah.
Very aware this is my own fault from my stupid actions. Please help a girl in turmoil. Sarah, we appreciate your honesty. It's very brave of you.
Oh, I thought she was going to say pictures attached.
No,
I would actually scream the house down if it said, right.
Sarah, let's just take a deep breath. I feel like you've got a lot going on in your brain, okay?
I'm not even you, Sarah, and I need to take a deep breath.
Let's just all take a deep breath.
In through the nose, out through the mouth. That feels good. One more. You know, you meant to hold it at the top for 7 seconds.
I can't. There's power in deep breaths. Okay.
Could have been lightheaded. Sarah. Right. Okay. She's not in love with him.
No.
Because I thought you were maybe falling in. I don't know.
Yeah.
To put something on the line like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also questioning Steve.
I mean, to be honest,
did he just get a kick out of like?
I'm actually not questioning Steve, to be honest. Because
what was Steve's intentions? To be fit girl in the gym who's got a boyfriend he wants to get in her pants?
Yeah, but think about it. Like, to be fair, I'm not defending Steve, but to be fair to Steve, he met you in that bar however long ago. He's just been liking stories of your dog. He's then reacted to stories of you. You've responded. He's thought, well, I'm going to respond. He's like, he'll be thinking like, well, she's not rejecting me. She's not shutting it down. Like, I'm a single guy. I fancy her. I like her. She's entertaining it.
You've got the most incredible body I've ever seen.
She sent me a pic. I'm going to send her a pic back. Like, Steve has been quite patient, really. Like, I don't approve of Steve's actions. Like, he's been pursuing you when he knows you're in a relationship, but Steve's a single guy. And
well, exactly.
Like, to be fair to Steve, like, you haven't been shutting it down. So why would he back off?
Well, my point is that actually it doesn't really matter because you don't see anything with Steve. But but if you were like, I want to see if there's something with me and Steve, I'm like, I'm not sure Steve is the right guy because of the circumstances.
I think Steve probably really quite likes you, to be honest.
Well, yeah, he wants to take you out.
Yeah.
But right, the issues we have here that we're facing is Steve knows who your boyfriend is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
True.
Steve's very aware you've got a boyfriend. Usually when people cheat, it's like, oh, I didn't know they had a girlfriend. I didn't know he had a boyfriend.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, who is the girlfriend? Do we know who?
Yes, let's find out.
He knows exactly. He probably stalks your boyfriend regularly.
Possibly.
You know?
Probably sees him driving his car around.
No doubt he probably goes to that gym too. Maybe in the mornings, you go in the evenings. I don't know.
Maybe.
So he's very aware of who your boyfriend is. I mean, this is what kind of where we need to ask a man. Because like, if it was girls, let's say I was Steve.
Yeah.
And I was a girl. I am a girl.
You are a girl.
And I was sleeping with a guy.
Yeah.
And I knew he had a girlfriend.
Yeah.
and then say eventually that guy said, no, I don't want you anymore, Chintzy. I need to recommit back to my girlfriend. I would be like, well, I'm telling your girlfriend then. Is that not something you'd be like, well, I need to let her know what you've been up to? Is Steve, do men think the same? Like, is Steve going to be like, okay, but I'm going to let Brian know what's been going on the past 5 months?
I don't think he would.
You don't?
No, because I mean, we've had that before where it's like, that's their relationship, that's their bit. I'm not getting involved.
Yeah. I guess it's whatever Steve is fancying that day. Whether he wants to ruin your shit.
Really need to have a think about your relationship, because I don't want you to underestimate the weight of guilt. Okay?
Let's say that again. Let's remember that. The weight of guilt. And your actions, how that's going to weigh you down in your brain, and the constant fear of the truth coming out.
It's not a nice place to be in.
No.
Carrying around a secret, carrying around
Fear.
guilt, carrying that around. That gets very, very, very heavy. And I know right now you're kind of in panic mode because you're thinking, this only happened last night. You're thinking, oh my God, like I've caved. You know, this was all kind of like kind of forgivable-ish because it was
like
all just pictures and texts and like physically I haven't done anything, but
now
I've done something that I can't undo.
Yeah.
And like I've physically cheated now. It's in black and white. I've stepped over the line, like I've done it. And I think right now you're in that panic mode of like, well, Brian can never find out. I'm never going to tell him. No one's going to know. It's going to act like it's never even happened. I'm just going to wipe it from my memory and yada, yada, yada.
I need to cut it off with Steve, and then that's that. I'll bury him, forget about it. Move gyms.
Yeah.
Unfollow. Forget about it.
And like you could do that. Like I'm sure there are people who've been with people for years and years and years and years and years.
Well, there are people who have these affairs.
Are carrying these secrets. I'm sure that happens, but I would just think really carefully about if that is the route you want to go down.
Do you want to live with that secret that only you and Steve know forever?
Because I fear it will haunt you.
Me too.
And I don't think it's healthy to carry around.
Sarah, it will keep you up at night. You'll feel sick. Will you even be able to be this amazing, lovely girlfriend to your Brian? That you have been. Because now you're harboring something. Surely that switches something in your brain and your kind of demeanor. Like, I mean, it would for me, like on edge, like, where's Steve? Is he angry? Is he going to message him? Like that constant, or like, who's Steve told? Who does Steve know?
Yeah.
He's saying, I've been sleeping with this girl called Sarah. She's got a boyfriend of 6 years. They've just got engaged.
Yeah. I used to sleep
with her. Who is he saying? Like, this is all stuff that I'd be thinking of. Like, who is he? This is going to get out. Like this is gonna, like, we live in Nottingham,
right?
It's only so big. We all know everyone. There's only so many people
of our age.
There's only so many 30-year-olds, and the truth does always come out. Usually, unless we're like MI5 agents, but we're not.
Unless we're James Bond.
Unfortunately, it's been the local gym. Steve knows who Brian is, and we're not in a big town.
I kind of feel like you need to tell Brian, but I know you're probably not going to. Because you don't want to.
Okay, so the next steps are...
And I can understand that. You're afraid.
Right.
Like, you know that you've done something wrong. You know that you've got a good thing with Brian. And you know that this is going to ruin it. However, I would also really entertain the possibility that the fact that you have cheated, the fact that you have cheated, like... Was your relationship really all that? Because at the end of the day, like, you entertained another guy. You felt that lust and desire for another guy. Like, you could have stopped, when you sent that first pic, you could have thought,
what the fuck?
I need to stop this now. But you entertained it. So maybe you're not as happy in your relationship as you're kind of almost pretending to be, because you have gone elsewhere. Your head has been turned. You've just got to think, like, if Brian cheated on you, you would think like, well,
something's lacking.
Something's lacking with us because you've gone elsewhere. Like, you don't just sleep with someone. Like you had that bar thing. You had those story replies.
Then the yearning started.
Then the yearning. Then the pics. Then the coffees in the car. Then yada, yada. And then like it was very, like you could have turned away at any moment.
Yeah.
And I think your relationship wasn't enough to stop you from doing it. So I don't know if your relationship is enough for you.
I don't think Brian has been fulfilling you as much as you think.
Well, it's not Brian's fault.
No, absolutely not. But I'm just saying, like, for you to do something like
to look
this,
elsewhere,
to look elsewhere means that, okay, maybe Brian isn't the one for you. And maybe there was a reason that I mean, even at the start, because you're thinking like, Brian can never find out. Like, it has to be Brian. Like, it has to be me and Brian forever. Like, how can he not find out? It's like,
it may not be.
It may not be. And also, I feel like I've said the truth always comes out. And I fear that Brian, whether it's in a couple years or whether it's next week, Brian will find out. I don't know whether that's him finding the messages, whether that's him finding a little notes on your notes app, you know, or whether that's
he could
him.
Forgive you. People forgive. People forgive.
Yeah,
like
people do. People
at
do.
least, you know, if you tell him your conscience is, you can sleep at night.
Yeah.
And then he's going to make his decision. And if he doesn't want to be with you, you'd like to think that.
I don't want you to.
I don't know. It's really hard.
I don't want you to think that it's Brian or no one.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, do you know what I mean? I just want you to know that if things don't work out with you and Brian, because, you know, something like this,
because you've made a mistake,
life doesn't end now.
No.
This isn't the end of the world.
No.
There is a future after this.
Yeah.
Whether that is with Brian or with someone else. Like, this is just something that happened in your life, you know, when you were however old. Do you know what I mean? Like, and in 2 years' time, that's news.
That's old
So I
news.
think I don't want you to live with a secret like that, to be honest.
No, I don't.
That would have implications on your actual health, I think.
I mean, people do it, but I don't want you to do it.
I don't want you to. I just feel like the daily fear. I mean,
and also I'm worried that if you do keep the secret and, you know, let's say it's been 8 months, no one's found out anything. And then like Steve messages you again. You're going to be very tempted to do this again because you didn't get caught the first time.
Yeah, or then the fear's going to be instilled in you again. Like, oh, I don't want to piss Steve off. He's going to tell Brian, you know, just like, you know, we don't really know Steve that well. Is he unpredictable? Like, who has he told? You know, does a mate know a mate know a mate? Who knows Brian? Like,
yeah.
That is where mind.
I just
and then you're just in panic mode for like forever.
Yeah.
You know, like
you're a human
mode.
being. You've made a mistake. You're not the first person in the world to cheat on a partner and to make a mistake. I fully believe that you regret it. And if you could go back in time, I'd like to think that you probably wouldn't do this all again.
Yeah.
But actions have consequences. You're a grown up. You've done something. There are going to be consequences. And, you know, I do believe that I don't really think Brian is the one for you because you've cheated on him. And I think if you were so obsessed and in love and Brian was ticking all these boxes,
Brian.
you would never have even, you'd be like, oh my God, Brian, look, that boy from the gym sent me a heart eyes emoji. How funny is that?
Like that.
Yeah.
Like that should be the reaction when another guy messages you and you've got
just because Brian is that like, you know, it's great, it's safe, he's there, like I can see that future, doesn't mean that that is the future that you should have. Just because you can see it and you can picture it doesn't mean that that's what you need to pursue. Like there are other futures, there are other people,
there are other possibilities.
There are so many other possibilities. And I just feel like maybe this is not the guy for you.
Sarah, I would say maybe next steps. Do you have a sister? Do you have a mum? Do you have a really close best friend? A sibling? A mother?
I think she's too afraid to. If I cheated on my boyfriend and I didn't want him to find out, I would not tell a soul. I wouldn't even tell you. I would not tell a soul. Because everyone tells someone. If I told you, you tell Lydia. Lydia then tells yada, yada, yada,
well,
yada.
But this I
tells someone.
But this I fear would not be that kind of gossip. Like... But
come on.
I mean, I'm just
I wouldn't tell a soul.
But I know, but obviously you're in this state right now where it's like
a problem share. But she's told us. That's who she's telling.
Of course. I know, but do you not just want to fucking talk to her? Like, I just...
Get a therapist.
Therapy. There we go.
They're not allowed to tell anyone.
There we go. Yeah.
Because I don't think a friend, I don't think
And
a
then she
sibling, I
can-
don't think, like, if Lydia told you, you'd tell your mum. If I told you, you'd
Well,
tell
yeah,
Lydia.
tell the family.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Or I'd be like, right, well, you've got 2 weeks to sort this out. Tell
Countdown's
Brian.
on.
You know, fucking call it off with Steve. Tell Brian. We'll deal with the consequences later. But I'm not harboring your fucking secrets for you. You know, I'd be like, this is how you're going to make it straight. And in 2 years' time, we're not even going to remember that this happened.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But yeah, maybe if you don't want to, but obviously right now you're in that, I mean, we're going on and on. Obviously right now you're in that headspace where it's like, no one can know.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously we're thinking like, he's going to know eventually. Whether that's in 5 fucking years, Sophia, with 2 babies.
I do think there's a chance, I probably shouldn't say this, but I do think there's a chance that he could never find out. I think it's slim, but then I just think like,
It's
I
that
do
guilt
think
and that weight.
the guilt, you would end up telling him yourself.
Your hair will
because I
start-
don't think you could live
Sarah,
with the guilt.
your hair will start falling out. Your eyelashes.
Your eyebrows.
The stress from that, I could not fathom.
Like when you get engaged, that moment's ruined now because you're going to be
Exactly.
thinking, oh my God, if only you knew.
You're going to think you can suppress it and suppress it and suppress it. Then all of a sudden, you'll remember what you
can't.
did.
You can't.
And it'll be this,
suppress it.
you're going to not going to be able to sleep.
It's going to be looming
You're going to
over
have to
you.
get prescribed Zoplocones. Like,
And I think it's that realization, not to keep going, but I think it's that realization that you will get to that's like, unfortunately, we say this a lot.
protect your peace. Sarah.
Something's happened now.
Yeah.
And the relationship now is never going to be what it was before because this huge thing has happened. I'm not going to be, there's a before and there's an after. And look, people forgive partners who cheat on them.
Beyonce,
They do.
Jay-Z, yeah.
People forgive. You could tell Brian, he could forgive you. And then it's like, right, I've got that off my chest.
We rebuild.
We've gone through a rough fucking couple of years, but we're rebuilding and we're moving forward. And I've learnt my lesson and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
You never know. That could happen.
Yep.
Or he might leave. But then you would probably leave too if he cheated on you. So what can you expect?
I think obviously there's still raw. Sit with it for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Go over everything we've said, whatever
Take
that
some
has
deep
been.
breaths. It's so hard, Sarah. I'm really sorry that you're in this position.
If this was like Lydia, I would say, my initial like tough love advice would be right, cut it off with this twat Steve.
Yeah. Never
Tell
see Steve again.
Brian's probably not the one for you. Let's just sort this out now.
Yeah.
Like that would probably be the tough love
In a
advice.
nutshell, me
In a
too.
nutshell, but like, right, fuck Steve off, block, delete. What a twat. You don't need to associate yourself with Steve anymore. You've cheated with him. You never see him again. Brian, tell
Out of
Brian.
respect for Brian, at least.
Out of respect for Brian, at least. Now you tell Brian, let's see how he reacts. He might want to forgive.
And we go from there.
And then we go from there, but you have to get it out. That would probably be the tough love advice.
Good luck, Sarah.
Yeah. Right, we need a quote. Oh, no, right. Star of the week.
Star of the week. Star of the week.
Right, I'll find a quote. Sophia, find star of the week.
Okay. Right. Okay. Let's lift up the vibes for our 300th episode. Right. Our star of the week this week, Tara has submitted her lovely boyfriend.
Tara.
She has kept him as naming Brian, but that's absolutely
Okay.
fine. So Tara's boyfriend this week, she's been working away. She's been very busy. She's been very stressed. And Brian, after they've had a big phone call the night before, Brian, I'm just so stressed. I just miss you and yada, yada, yada. Brian's gone, look, I'm clearing my day. I'm clearing the diary. I've cancelled it. Brian has drove 2 hours up to where Tara has been working to enjoy a short morning off with her
Brian.
to make sure she was okay.
Brian. That
He
is
drove
music
2
to my ears.
hours for a few
He
minutes.
cleared his schedule.
It's giving David and Victoria Beckham.
It is. I'd do anything to see you, Vic.
Yeah.
Oh.
Driving hours just for 10 minutes
Just
in a
to
coffee.
make sure you're doing okay
Just
and give
to
you that
make
little
sure you're
sweet
okay.
loving. Round of applause for Brian.
Brian and Tara, lovely couple.
You've hit the jackpot, Tara.
Keep moving well, Brian. We love to see it.
Right. I've got a quote of wisdom for our previous Sarah who's cheated.
A bit of self-forgiveness.
Yes.
Okay, let's hear it.
This is just something that I'm not sure.
Okay.
I can respect any person who can put their ego aside and say, I made a mistake and I apologize.
Wow. Yeah.
And I am correcting the behavior if he allows you to. But
yeah,
just like I made a mistake.
I'm sorry.
Here's the truth. Let's see what happens. Round of applause for Sarah.
Good luck, Sarah. Thank you for sharing.
It's going to be all right.
It's going to be all right.
Right.
It's going to be okay.
Well, happy to 300.
Happy 300 episode, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yay.
If you would like bonus episodes,
Absolutely.
we have them every single Monday over on our Patreon.
We
a
do.
link will be in the episode description. Over 100 episodes there to binge.
Mental.
So you've got a lot to get through.
Mental.
But we love you so much. Email your dilemmas to hello@thegirlsbathroom.com.
Follow us on TikTok, YouTube, everywhere else.
And we'll see you next week for 301. Love ya. Bye.